Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is, of course, your boy, Nolan Hawkeye Anthony here, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. I've recorded this probably like 3 times now, and the volume or the audio was not working. But it's working now. And so I'm going to try and go through this real quickly. And of course, the good news is the Iowa Hawkeye men's basketball team cruised. Well, not necessarily cruised, but they beat the Indiana Hoosiers 83-74. It was an absolutely physical contest. You know, if you are curious whether your little one is a potential Division I athlete, just look at last night's game and ask yourself, could they do that? The bottom line is, and I thought about this the other day. When these guys get to this level, the decision making is so fast, just boom, 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 boom. For example, they come down on the other end or either end and just, pass, shot, done, over, possession, done. Whereas when you watch some of these younger people play, it's pass, the ball sticks, and it stays, and it stays, and it stays, and then they pass. And, it's so fast, it's so physical, and it is so fun to see. Let's dive right into it. By the way, if you're not subscribed, be sure to smash that subscribe button because subscribing makes you feel good. And at the very least, like, comment, share. You know the drill. Go to 247hawkeye.com. Follow me on Twitter at 247Hawkeye. Listen, Chris Murray had an excellent game. He had 29 points. I was absolutely thrilled with his production. The Iowa basketball team won the rebounding battle 35-31. They got 16 offensive boards, which is a huge improvement. I said before that Iowa was going to need to play. By the way, Matthew loves ball. Your description says, let's look at this together. Okay. Let's look at this together. I do not intend to claim the copyright of any game video uploaded. I apologize for any violation of fair use rule, and I will take down the videos immediately for copyright issues. So we should be copacetic, brah. So I'm going to use it. By the way, this is Matthew Loves Ball. That's where I watch my highlights, and that's where you should too. Anyways, the Iowa Hawkeye just, you don't play them enough to where it can have a wide impact on the game, but you play them just enough so that it, just provides a little bit of breathing room for the other bigs on the Iowa Hawkeye roster. And that's a fact that they need to do that. They did that last night, and it really helped. Agundale played 8 minutes. Mulvey played 1 minute. And that's it. That's, in my opinion, that's all they have to do. Chris Murray, let's go to Chris Murray real quick. He had an excellent game. You guys finally saw what this dude is capable of. He is the real deal, folks. And what it showed me is that Chris, if Keegan Murray decides to go to the NBA after this season, Chris can be that guy next year. He is uber talented. I think he is the second best player on this team behind Keegan. And that's it. I don't think it's Patrick. I think Patrick McCaffrey is a good player. He's a really good role player, but I think Chris is better. Chris and his performance ultimately, like I said, showed what Iowa can have with him next year, but it also shows what Iowa has with him this year. And I don't think it's out of the question for Chris to potentially talk himself into an NBA draft pick conversation this season. I know some of you guys are going to think that's crazy, but it's not. I promise you. If Chris puts together a few more performances like this, in other words, people are going to look at his brother and say, well, Chris can become that. we've seen it here. Let's draft him. So I don't think it's out of the question, but it was beautiful to see him do what he did. And Iowa picked up a quad 2 victory, I believe. I at first I thought it was a quad 1 victory. Indiana is, let me see. Iowa currently is 22nd in the net rankings right here, and Indiana is 32nd. So that is that. Let's look at some of the player stats. 12 points for Keegan Murray. Listen, he was in foul trouble. He still had a decent night. He still had 12 points, 9 rebounds. Perfectly fine with that. Wasn't one of his best nights, but it was still okay. Patrick McCaffrey chipped in a little bit. Jordan Bohannon had a nice night with 11 points, and he did okay defensively. Joe Toussaint played just fine. Tony Perkins chipped in 8 points. Aaron Eulis had 4 points. I've noticed this, and this is not to say that Aaron Eulis is better than Joe Toussaint or that Fran McCaffrey thinks that Joe or that Aaron Eulis is better than Joe Toussaint. But to me, it has been obvious that in the final 8 minutes, 7 minutes of the game, Connor, C-Mac, and and Aaron a little bit more than Joe. Now, he did put Joe in there as well, and Joe made an excellent play, getting a steal and drawing the foul for the Iowa Hawkeyes to win. So, folks, there's a lot of good that we saw last night, starting with the rebounding. The bottom line is Iowa, and we've been saying this, Iowa needs to improve defensively. It just is what it is. And they have the ability. They are more than athletic enough to do it. So we will see if that improves. Right now, Iowa has the 3rd rated offense, according to Ken Palm, but only the 154th best defense. That's just not going to cut it, guys. That is not going to cut it. Before the season started, I said if they could be a top 80 defensive team, that would be whoo. But now, if it's just top 100, I would be okay. So we will see if that improves. Either way, Iowa picks up the 83-74 victory over Indiana. Good, solid